All right, hey y'all, thanks for jumping on tonight. It's so great to see all of your beautiful faces.
Oh my gosh, I can't even get on.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody or try to mute everybody who is jumping on. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna mute everybody who jumps on, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you post in the chat. And if I don't get to everybody at the end, definitely reach out to the person who invited you tonight so that we can get those answered for you and you can continue your conversation. So just to introduce myself, my name is Ashley Garcia. I am a Navy wife. I'm a stay-at-home mom and a former fashion designer. And as a high earner at the silver rank here at Q Sciences, I'm leading a large organization and I'm helping develop multiple leaders in this industry. My team has hit 6 of our ranks in this company in less than a year. And I've found that I absolutely love this company. It's quickly become our home. What it's done for our family is just incredible. What it continues to do is something that I'm just thrilled to be a part of this. I've been so blessed to see so many people on our team flying up the ranks in short periods of time, but also people following our system that we have where we train everyone and see people do this even faster than I've done. So I can't wait to see where this journey takes you as you explore if these products and the opportunity is a good fit for you. We're on fire. Our company is on fire. Our teams are on fire. It's just so exciting. So if you're considering jumping into something that's really fast moving with a ton of momentum and a lot of fun, then this company and this team is where it's at right now. And I know some of you are here to hear about the products, some about the business. So whichever you're here for, that's great. We're going to get to both. But first, I'm going to give you guys a short version of my story, how I got here, how I got into this industry, a little bit about our products and what we offer, and then we're going to talk about the business. And along the way, we're also going to meet a couple of amazing friends of mine here in a little bit. They're 2 of my newest team members, very, very close friends who are loving our products. They're making crazy awesome money with their growing teams and learning our systems along the way. So stay tuned for that. But just to let you know a little bit about my story, I'm going to share my screen so you can see a picture of my family here. I started with Q a little over a year ago. My husband and I have been married for 13 years and he's in the military. So I'm a Navy wife and I've always been interested in bringing in multiple streams of income to our household. The women in my family actually have a history in the fashion industry. You can see me with my cousin in the right-hand side there modeling my fashion line. So naturally, I went that direction in college. I got a degree in fashion design and ended up working in New York City and Boston. And what I found is that that was a brutal industry. If you worked for someone else, you were at the mercy of working for the man who may or may not take your designs at any time and let you go any minute to save them money. And so creativity was often exploited from people just starting in the industry like me. And I was already a very much behind the scenes person. I didn't really want to be in the spotlight, but I had to speak that language. I had to wear multiple hats to survive. And so I started my own fashion line. And it was in 26 stores and it was great. I was very excited, but it ended up being so much overhead with very little reward. And those 80 hours a week, those 80 plus hours a week were not fun. Anyone who's had their own brick and mortar business and or had to perform about 10 jobs in one kind of understands the struggle. And so I chose to give that up when we received overseas orders to Italy. And so while we were there, I was looking for a job, maybe a way to add income to our family. And we also learned that my husband was pre-diabetic. And so we started looking for a natural way to address that health issue. And I had never worked in network marketing before, but like I said, I knew I wanted a way to bring in more income for our family. So I got curious and I started organically sharing the products that we found for him. And it kind of became an accidental business for me at the time. When I started making income from my phone, I realized it didn't matter what country I was in or time zone or network. I just knew that network marketing was the real deal. It began to solidify my belief in that system and what it could be. Because I was in my sweatpants. I was all the way across the world and I was growing a team. And so I was bought in. I thought this is amazing. And I decided then and there that I wanted to make it to the top. And I did whatever it took. I made it to a pretty high rank. I earned some pretty cool things, some trips and swag and all of that. But after a while, I noticed that I was working all the time. It was consuming my thoughts and my emotions. I started to become exhausted, and I noticed that I was starting to feel physically not myself anymore. And I really needed products that were going to address my anxiety, my joint pain, sleep issues. How many of you guys can relate to that? I'm a previous collegiate volleyball player, and I have a lot of wear and tear on my body. And the products that I was using at the time were not addressing the chronic pain that I was experiencing. And so also as a business owner, I knew that my organization needed systems to follow that were simple, that didn't rely on people's talent, that didn't take so much time away from my family, even though I was home. It started to become very stressful. And so I felt like I was treading water and not really seeing the growth that we had seen in the beginning when it was all new and shiny. And we really needed skills-based teaching that would consistently build momentum and didn't necessarily require a fancy salesperson, right? How many of you think I'm not necessarily a salesperson? Like, I wanted a system that would allow everyone to win from an even playing field. And I just realized at that time, like, it was simply the vehicle that I was driving. Like, as a hard worker, I love to set goals. I wanted to be paid more for my time, knowing that I was worth more. And I wanted to help more people. And the hard truth was that I wasn't going to be able to do that where I was. So I started to look at other companies with better systems and better products that allowed me to work from anywhere. I was making a business decision this time around. I knew what I wanted and I knew what I didn't want. And it was going to be a valuable decision that would benefit not only me and my family, but all the people that were going to be coming with me along the way. And so it really was for them. I take other people's success very seriously, both their physical health and their financial health. And it's a huge responsibility to me as a leader. And I was keeping my eyes out for a ground floor opportunity. Because y'all, timing is really, really important. I don't care what anybody says or thinks, like, timing is essential. Look at all the companies right now that are letting people go and are eliminating SKUs from their product line. If you want to do really big and great things and make a huge impact, you want to find an opportunity, like I said a second ago, that's an even playing field for everyone, that is going to survive difficult things. And you've got to get in on the ground floor. So when I found Q last year, I found that we are super ground floor. We had only around 800 people at our convention at that time, and only 35 ambassadors and over 35,000 ambassadors in over 17 different countries, including the US, and we just opened the UK. More countries are coming. And we're still about 3 years out from crazy, wild company momentum. 3 years. And so what we've been able to build here, not even being in company momentum, has been mind-blowing. So to think of what we're going to have when we hit that phase, it gives me chills. It's hard to even think about. So when I found Q, I watched a woman named Francesca Fields post a live video about full spectrum hemp. And I was really, really curious. I knew she was a top earner in her previous company. I knew she was super trustworthy. So I listened really carefully. And I asked her all the questions over the course of a few days, probably similar questions that you have right now that you've been asking people who introduced you to this call. And it was like I was talking to myself when I told her my experiences. Like, she had already flown through 4 or 5 ranks in just weeks' time. That was very, very attractive to me. I wanted to know more. I wanted to do it myself. And I looked at all of the products. The science behind them really blew me away. They basically were offering something for everyone, including our micronutrients, which you're going to learn here in a bit. It's just a fancy word for vitamins. But I learned all about our compensation plan, and it is incredible. It's volume-based. We have no levels. There's no cap on what you can earn. You can earn more than the person that brings you in. And so the further you go down, it doesn't matter. Like, So even though I was really nervous to leave what my current project had been at that time, after a lot of prayer, I knew in my gut it was the right decision. And so there's some things about the comp plan that I won't necessarily get to on this call. So if you want to go into a deeper conversation, let the person know who invited you, ask them to send you a copy of the PDF of our compensation plan right now, like send them a text right now and let them know you want to see it. But just know that it allows for a lot of success and really, really quickly. And it was everything that I was looking for. So a couple of things that were really important to me, like I said before, was the systems that were in place. I wanted to know that I could do it, that I could be taught, and that it made sense, but also the leadership. So it all started back in 2012 by a man that you're going to see here on the screen. His name is Mr. Mark Wilson. He's our founder and CEO. You can see he's a successful real estate developer. You might know him as a two-time Super Bowl champion quarterback for the Oakland Raiders, but he's also a brilliant entrepreneur and he has a huge heart for people. When he retired to the golf course after the NFL was over for him, he wanted to make a big impact on people's lives. And so after a couple months there, he was like, I got to do something different. And he approached this man right here, Dr. Stephen Kimberly. Dr. Stephen Kimberly, he's our chief science officer. He's a board certified specialist in internal medicine. He holds a degree in naturopathic medicine. He's certified naturopath, and he's been practicing integrative medicine for over 40 years. And Dr. Kimberly said, listen, if you want to impact people's lives, you got to impact their health, but also their finances. He said, but I'm going to tell you something. If you're not ready to make the best supplements that you can, then don't do it at all, because it would be a waste of time and a waste of money. It would just be another one of those supplements that you find on the shelf that you take and you can't even tell that it's doing anything. So we're going to do it right. And he shared through his 15 years of research as one of the chief editors of WebMD that he started noticing that the micronutrients in food and the nutritional value of food was declining so much so that one apple from 20 years ago has the same nutritional value as 8 apples today. So you'd have to eat 8 apples to get the same as one from way back then. So nutrients were going down and mental health issues were going up, and there was a correlation between the two. He found that the brain wasn't getting nourished and doesn't get what we need through food alone to fill in the gaps. How many of you have thought, I'm just going to eat some salads and get some more vegetables and I'm going to be good? It isn't a question anymore if you need supplementation. The science doesn't support that. The science supports the question being, what quality of supplementation are you going to get? So they started this company, and it had a tight product line where, including our QMax multivitamin. You can see that on my screen here, I think, on the smaller screen. We're going to talk about that here in a bit. Our QMax multivitamin has over 33 clinical studies on mental health alone. We care about the science here. We even have the abstracts that you can read all about it. I actually call it our brain hack. So they had great products, right? But their compensation plan just wasn't really cutting it. They had a ton of customers, even doctors and medical professionals that offered the products through their practices, but not a ton of people taking advantage of what the compensation plan might offer them. So they brought in a consultant. You can see his picture here on the screen, an expert who's made millions of dollars in network marketing before the age of 30 with his wife to get it off the ground, Mr. Jake Spencer. He observed for 6 months and he basically told them, look, y'all, you have a lot of work to do. He advised them to change the compensation plan, flip everything on its head, get better branding because it looked geriatric. And so Mr. Wilson said, okay, let's do this. I trust you. And they offered him a partnership. And Mr. Jake Spencer has developed our systems. He's trained by them and brought in huge success. He's now the president as a co-owner of our company. And guys, that's what I wanted. I wanted systems to follow that will bring you success if you follow them, where anyone, no matter what your background is, you can come to me and I can tell you, I can train you. You can do this. And it makes sense because it's simple. and I can teach you. You won't be alone in this. And so if you work the system will work for you. And that's what we have done, or that's what he did. And we have now had over 700% growth since they relaunched the new compensation plan in January of 2018. And so now we have many products. You can see the full suite of products here on the screen, including some of my favorites, the Q Core Q Max combo. That includes the Q Max multivitamin that I just held up for you a second ago. It has 33 clinical studies on mental health alone. We're talking about issues like ADD, ADHD, anyone who's on the autism spectrum, sensory disorders, traumatic brain injury, bipolar, anxiety, depression. We have the abstracts, like I said, that we can send to you and you can read through those. We have probiotics for gut health that include both prebiotics and probiotics and a gentle cleanse element while improving digestive and intestinal issues. So anybody who has IBS like me, you're gonna want this product. It helps enhance your immunity and enhance dietary mineral absorption. So if you have any kind of nutritional deficiencies or you can't absorb things, this is going to help you do that. We have an awesome product called Align. It's a very natural and powerful anti-inflammatory. If you struggle with things like chronic pain or discomfort, arthritis, autoimmune issues, stuff like that, it's going to help with that. And then our #1 selling unit in the company, you can see the little sticks there. It's our sleep spray, oral vitamin sprays. They're amazing. If your kids have a hard time going to sleep at night, you're gonna love this product. We actually have 6 different kinds of vitamin sprays, one for sleep, immune health, vitamin D, pain relief, metabolism and blood sugar. We take that in our household. And then methylated B12 for energy. I used to have B12 injections every single month. I'd have to get a shot in my rear end. It was not fun. I don't have to do that anymore because our vitamin sprays are methylated. So they're super simple. They're only $17.50 for a month's supply. They look like this. I don't know if you can see my screen. This is a month's supply right here. And you spray them under your tongue and you get up to 90% super fast absorption. They're kind of minty. They're really enjoyable. They're like breast spray. Like I said, the kids love them and you just stick them in your purse or your bag. My husband puts his in his pocket at work to help him with his blood sugar, and it's really, really easy to administer these. And you also can dose however you want. And then we also have one of my favorite supplements that Dr. Kimberly created. It's one for men and one for women. It helps with hormonal regulation, including estrogen and testosterone. It's called Vitalize, and it has adaptogenic herbs. So you take it in whatever life stage that you're in, it adapts to your body and where you should be. So it helps your hormones even out, regardless if you are premenopausal, postmenopausal, whatever. If you're struggling with libido or energy or testosterone, it's gonna help you with those things. And people take this product and guys, they are experiencing incredible results, including myself. So it's definitely one of my favorites. So I am so excited to actually bring on my friend Laura. She is going to share with you a little bit about what's happened for her here at Q Sciences. I'm gonna see if I can find her real quick. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Laura, if you wanna make sure you're on, let me see if I can find your name here. This is awesome.
I think I unmuted myself, did I?
You did, okay, perfect.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so thanks for having me speak. That's very nervous. But I really love Q. So the way I actually got involved was Ashley approached me because I had been posting that I had shin splints and I'm a runner. And so that was really hard for me, having that pain. And she also brought up the business side to me too. So I actually did both at the same time. And the product that I loved was the Excel. I use it every day as a runner. It helps my muscles, my joints, whenever I lift weights. I also started taking the Fuse hemp oil, and that helps my anxiety because I do have really bad anxiety, and it helps me sleep, which is amazing. I have a very hard time staying asleep, and I can actually sleep almost entirely through the night now, which is amazing. And I do take several of the daily nutraceuticals as well. But what I really love is the business. So I had a previous endeavor, and I didn't have the best experience there. And with Q, I've actually made over 30 times what I did there. And what I actually love more than the income is the people. So it's a very good support system. I've never had to have a question that I couldn't get answered. I've never felt alone. I've always had somebody there helping me, from the top even. So it's, everybody's approachable, all the way up to the corporate levels, which is unheard of and amazing. So I love it. That's my story.
Yay, Laura, thank you so much for sharing that. I love your story so much. It's always nice to see people coming in from the first, couple of weeks and months and being able to take our system and run with it and be able to share these products with people that they love and need help this way. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm actually going to share my screen again so you guys can see the next group of products that we have. This is our awesome weight management line. So let's see, actually you guys can't see that. There we go. There we go. So this is our weight management line. As you can see, it's pretty tight, it's pretty small, but it's awesome because our company focuses on getting the body straightened out and balancing the body. But we offer lifestyle changes, including what you see here. We have a website called MyQFit that offers free meal plans, workouts, customized regimens. You can take an awesome survey and it'll spit out some recommendations for you based on your data that you put in. So it makes it super simple. And then we also have resources like a Facebook page called QFit that offers even more resources from people like our top earner, Marielle Filipponi, who's a certified trainer. She used to be Fergie's personal trainer, and she's owned multiple Pilates studios. She knows her stuff. She's amazing. So it's really awesome to be able to have those things at our fingertips for reaching your goals long term. You can see here on the screen, we have something called Trim. It helps with metabolism, carb blocking, feeling fuller faster. It has a little bit of natural caffeine in it and a thermogenic, which helps your body burn fat. It's like 5 products in one. It's going to save you money and have really, really good results. You can see the before and after pictures here. We also have meal replacement shakes that are fully methylated. They have digestive enzymes, plant protein. They're really, really delicious and they're super easy to take. So, if you're a person who has a shake for breakfast, it's really easy to do that. You can take them on the go. They have them in chocolate and vanilla. And then we have energy drinks. My favorite is called Sport. We have a delicious new flavor called Dragonberry. This thing makes me have energy all day long, no crash, no jittery feelings, and it's great for brain health, focus, energy. You can even use it as a pre-workout, great for muscle recovery. And I take this and I just run and have energy all day. I have a toddler that I run after. She's 3. And so to be able to keep up with her is awesome. And Sport helps me do that. So I'm super excited now to show you our full spectrum hemp line. I love it. I love it. We launched our hemp in September of 2018. And guys, we can pretty much prove to you and anyone else why we are 98% better than any hemp products on the market today. Some of those reasons is because we are water soluble and temperature stable with a patented technology called BioAbsorb. And so it helps with, most hemp oils, most CBD that you find out there are paired with a carrier oil. And it only absorbs like 6 to 10%, and that's all you get. I kind of equate it to filling up your gas tank 94% and then pouring out 6%. Filling up your gas tank and then pouring out 94% of it and expecting you to get where you want to go. Like, and that's all you get, 6 to 10%. And so this really, really helps with feeling the full effects of what the full spectrum hemp can do for you. We did blood plasma testing over a 12-hour period where we tested the blood of participants, and we were able to prove that our hemp oils can absorb over 85% and last over a 12-hour time period. That is huge. That's really big. And so we even have QR codes on every single bottle that you can either scan to see the lot number and read for yourself the testing, or you can go to our main website and actually look up the lot numbers there. And I really love that transparency and that product purity. So our hemp is better than what's out there because it is fast acting and it's very, very effective. My favorite is actually, if you look at my little screen here, is the Fuse Silver. You can see it there on the screen as well. It mixes our silver oxide. If you've seen the research on colloidal silver, you know that it helps with immunity. And that's fantastic when you blend it with the full spectrum hemp. So it's going to give you both immunity and the benefits of the full spectrum hemp. That's my favorite. But we've got sublingual hemp oils, roll-ons, creams, hemp silver infused gel topicals, and a ton of new exciting stuff, including a range of strengths, options to microdose and dose how you want, and affordable pricing that actually makes sense for you. So ask yourself, like, where do you see yourself with Q Sciences, knowing that you're going to be able to offer people something that fits everyone. That's really, really important. So as far as the business goes, the hemp industry is a ground floor industry that is just exploding. It's expected to be a $22 billion industry in the next 5 years. Right now, it's just a $1 billion industry. So to be able to get your foot in the door of a ground floor company that is proven to be stable and reliable through some really hard stuff, like a pandemic, in a ground floor industry for $200 or less is kind of mind-blowing. It's kind of like when people talk about how they wish they could have gotten in buying Apple stock in the 80s when it was really, really low. Like, that's where we are at. So I'm actually really excited to bring my friend Betsy on now so she can tell you a little bit about what she loves about Q Sciences, how she's been able to take advantage of this compensation plan as a silver ambassador, just recently starting in the company. So Betsy, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much. And it's so great to see you all on here. Thank y'all for your time. So just to keep this really short and sweet, before I joined Q Sciences, I've been in this industry a little over 8 years, and I wasn't looking for something new, but when I saw what my friend Francesca Fields was doing, I just couldn't unsee what I saw. But products were also important to me, and anxiety is something that I've struggled with my entire life. It's unfortunately something that has been passed down to me through many generations, but I don't believe it has to stay like that. So when I heard about, I'm sorry, this is real life. My son is coming in. Nobody. Okay, I love you. I love you. Okay. Okay. I am so sorry. Shut the door. Okay, yeah, that would happen to me. Absolutely, that would happen to me. This is just real life. So, anxiety is something that I have struggled with my whole entire life. I also recently started struggling with hormonal health after I had my third baby, who you just saw come in. He's 5 years old. My hormones went haywire, and I was so impressed with the fact that I could get hormonally balanced with our Vitalize, and also natural help with my anxiety issues that have plagued me for years with our QMax vitamin and also our full spectrum hemp oil. I too love the hemp oil with the silver. I've been a silver fan for years. It truly is like magic when it comes to killing a lot of different things. We've been using it for years. So to know we had the best was awesome. But my absolute favorite product is our compensation plan. when I came into Q, just like Ashley, I had a business mentality. I'd been super successful in a company before. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. The reason I love it so much is because I can truly help people win and win really, really big. And we have seen incredible promotions in just 2 months. We've had 67 promotions and people are winning in a huge way. And that's my heart. And that is the biggest reason why I love Q. So probably went longer because my son interrupted me, but I'm so sorry. And thank y'all all for tuning in tonight.
Girl, don't be sorry. I love seeing real life like this. I mean, seriously, we are all operating under so much different circumstances than we thought that we would be for this year. And I just love that we can do something like this wherever we are at, in the midst of being with our families and staying healthy and build a thriving business. And so when I heard all of these things, when this was presented to me, I was like, I'm all in. I'm totally in. And yeah, it was scary to leave something that I had spent almost 4 years building that I knew that my family needed, but I felt in my gut and I could read the trends in the market and know that this was going to be huge, that it was going to help a ton of people see success and that I was going to get to be a part of it. And so I joined my friend Francesca, who I had only ever just met on a Zoom in early June of last year. And in 6 weeks, I replaced my income that I had left. And in 8 months, my team grew 6 ranks. Our team volume has over doubled what I was making before in my previous project. And so as a silver ambassador at this position, you make $4,000 a month with a $4,000 bonus paid out over 2 months. And that doesn't even count customer commissions that we earn or the bonus that we get that goes to the principal balance of our choice or any debt that you may have. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, but that is one of the things that I love about this company. Like, they believe in financial health and not being frivolous or silly with incoming money. And they teach you how to handle that kind of income by planning for the future. And we sort of joke around that it's going to be really cool to be in the 6 Figures Club, which is coming, but even better when we are members of the 6 Figures in the Bank Club. And things are handled really wisely over here to be able to help you to do that. They offer free financial coaching to every single ambassador that joins. Like, I have a free financial coach that I can call at any time, and it's free for as long as you're an ambassador. They have certified coaches that can help you get out of debt, plan for retirement, help people save. They gave us tips, my family tips, that helped us save a ton of money, including when we needed to pay our taxes. We were expecting to pay over $6,000 in taxes. And with their recommendations, we were able to get a refund. That was huge for my family. And so on top of that, on the 4th rank in, you get paid a monthly bonus that's paid every single month to the debt or the retirement plan of your choice to help start that process to become financially free. So I'm actually going to show you real quick a picture of what this compensation plan looks like. Just a second, I'm pulling it up right now. There we go. So here's a snapshot of what we're looking at here. And so you can see here that the volume that you bring in, you come over here to this column, and that's what you get to make monthly. So as a bronze, you bring in 10,000 in volume, and then you get $1,700 a month with a $2,500 bonus and $200 a month that goes to the debt of your choice. You also get to earn customer commissions. So I wanted to show you guys that. Definitely reach out to the person who invited you to this call so you can get a closer look. But if you're thinking, okay, how do I get started? What does this look like? We have a join fee of $39.95 for the year, and then you purchase whatever products you want to start with, and we will help you earn those first fast start bonuses for the first 3 ranks, which can total over $750 in your first full month. We actually have a promo this month where you can make additional money on top of that for your regular bonuses and residual income. And so it's amazing. And if that's not what you're looking for, that's totally okay. You can join us as a preferred customer, take the products, and you get the same pricing as an ambassador for just $10 a year. And so we also have VIP perks, as I like to call them, for both preferred customers and ambassadors. That includes very generous rewards for ordering each month on an auto ship, which is optional. And both accounts offer a referral program that results in free products where you don't have to budget for your monthly vitamins that you'd be taking anyway. So it's a really good deal to fit however you want to experience Q. And we'll be here to support you every step of the way through that journey and answer all of your questions. So I'm going to open it up for questions here. Be thinking of what you want to ask. Put the questions in the chat box, or you can also unmute yourself. And if we don't get to you, definitely message the person who invited you and we can answer them after. And remember, invite anyone you know who struggles with anxiety, chronic discomfort, sleep issues, or maybe simply wants to have an additional stream of income like we did, to our next opportunity to hear what this is all about tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time on our Facebook group. Ask for the link and we will send that to you. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to check the chat box now, and then we can see what some of your questions are. Betsy.
I had a question.
Yes, absolutely.
So one of my friends had asked me, what's the difference between the hemp rest and the sleep spray?
Okay, so the sleep spray is one of our oral vitamin sprays. So it doesn't have full spectrum hemp in it. And the Rest Plus has full spectrum hemp plus some herbs that help with natural sleep. So you can actually take them together, and I do. And I love how good my sleep is like that. And I don't wake up feeling groggy or like I can't wake up. It's great.
And so with the hemp rest, she would be getting like the benefits like the anxiety and stuff like that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And because our full spectrum hemp has that 12-hour time period, she'll be able to feel the effects of that.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
You're welcome. Allison says, I love the combo of Fuse Rest and Sleep Spray. Yeah, it's really, really good.
So,
anyone else want to unmute themselves? Hi, Megan.
I know that during several of the products, specifically like the B12 as well as some of the weight loss products, you mentioned that they were methylated. What's the benefit of that versus the product being unmethylated?
So I've seen this this stat going around through research, and it says that 60% of the population has some sort of MTFHR gene mutation, which doesn't allow your body to absorb all the nutrients that it could if you didn't have the gene mutation. And so any supplements that are not methylated, and you combine that with a person who has the MTFHR mutation, and sometimes people have multiple MTFHR gene mutations, they can't absorb nutrients. So of course it's going to affect the way that they absorb nutrients through food. It also affects whether or not a supplement, if it's unmethylated, can even be absorbed through your body. So we actually go a step further with a process called chelation, individual ingredients being chelated so that your body can actually absorb them. The short version of that is our company doesn't cut corners with how well and how high quality they are. Your body is going to be able to absorb them, whether you have the MTFHR gene mutation or not, because they are methylated. So I just had someone message me that says, if you sign up to sell, how do you promote products to customers via video, calling, Facebook page, and to sell a product, I have to pre-purchase to sell. Okay, so we have an amazing training system where we train you within the first 24 to 48 hours as an ambassador. And we help you with social selling, basically, where you're branding yourself on social media. We help you do that. We also have an amazing app that goes on your phone. So my app is on my phone. It's called the Q Connect Pro app. And we have resources that the company has given us, like product PDFs, 3, 4, 5-minute videos where people can learn about individual products or see the product line as a whole. And so you don't have to be an expert. And when someone asks you, what is full spectrum hemp, you can simply copy, paste a video about full spectrum hemp, where it comes from, how it's made, what's in it, all about the water solubility and the bioabsorb, straight from the app. So you're not the expert. And it's an amazing system that allows you to move quickly, to be able to speak intelligently without having to be an expert. And then what we like to do is we have a full support system where you introduce people to your support team. And so we like to set up Zooms and inform people this way. You can always invite your friends to Zooms like this. We have one every single weekday, and it just makes it super simple to be able to show people what is there for them here. And they get to decide, you get to decide whether or not it's a good fit for you, and you're not sitting there having to convince anybody of anything, because you're simply connecting people. It's amazing. So to answer your second question, to sell a product, I have to be pre-purchase. You have to pre-purchase to sell. So in order to be an active ambassador and unlock the second part of our compensation plan, which is the residual income, you do need to have 100 in volume going through your website. And so, you know, it makes it so that you can earn that residual income while you're building a team. If you do have customers who use your referral link, you get customer commissions as an ambassador. And so that's really great too. All right, guys, well, I don't want to take too much more of your time, but if you have further questions, you can expect to hear from the person who invited you. They're probably going to send you a message and say, hey, what'd you love about the call? You can answer each other's questions and talk further. But thank you so much for listening and taking time out of your night. You guys have been awesome, and we'll talk to you later.